Here is currently the new most broken way to level up your weapons incredibly fast in Modern Warfare 3 and Warzone Season 1, with some of these methods getting your weapons to max level as quickly as half an hour or less, so it's definitely worth staying tuned for the latest weapon XP methods as they do change quite a lot. If you go on to find this video useful, be sure to drop a like on the video and check out my other Season 1 videos like how to level up the Battle Pass fast, zombies guides, camo guides, Warzone guides, that kind of thing. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the tips. I'm going to focus on Modern Warfare 3 zombies in this video, but if you want to check out Warzone or multiplayer methods, then do check out my separate guide for that. But like I say, in this video I'm going to focus on zombies. So what you want to do in zombies first of all is grab the weapon you want to level up as your insured weapon, and if you have 2 insured weapon slots, I'd actually recommend putting on 2 different weapons you want to level up. If you do, it'll be more efficient, and I'll explain in a minute how that's going to work. Then you want to put on a field upgrade such as an energy mine, as it's useful to thin zombie herds and it gets you weapon XP as well. You then also want to put on a Semtex grenade or another piece of lethal equipment, as well as a stim or some decoy grenades, and finally, if you've got a double weapon XP token, make sure you activate one to speed up the grind time. Okay, so what you want to do when you jump into Modern Warfare 3 zombies is there's about 4 different main methods right now that work well for leveling up your weapons quickly in zombies. We'll go through them quickly now. And like I say, they have changed a bit, so do stick around so you don't miss out. Before we get into the video, if you're looking to permanently unlock the new Modern Warfare 3 mastery camos, including Interstellar and Borealis, or play in bot lobbies to max out your guns and unlock camos quickly, or even get your hands on an instant delivery pre-made account, then be sure to check out MitchCactus.com. These guys are the biggest and most reliable sellers with tons of brand new offerings for Modern Warfare 3 with completely safe and legitimate services for Xbox, PlayStation and PC. So far they have almost 10,000 reviews on Trustpilot. If any of that sounds good to you guys, then make sure to use code RAGER for 5% off for a limited time only. So the first method involves doing a contract, and in particular it is the Spore Control contract. Now the Spore Control and the Outlast contracts have actually been changed since last season. So before season 1, the Outlast contract worked quite well for unlimited zombies. At the moment that seems to have been patched, and while the Spore Control contract has been changed slightly, it still actually seems to work quite well for getting unlimited weapon XP. So basically, if you guys don't know, what you want to do is start a Spore Control contract, which is the little egg symbol. There'll be 6 zombie spores in a specific region. They'll be frozen with a shell that's impenetrable to bullets. You'll then go to a blue toolbox, pick up a bunch of inhibitors. These are tactical equipment that you place down near the zombie spores. It sends out a pulse and it temporarily disrupts that outer frozen shell so that you can shoot the spore. And basically what you do is you want to put one of those inhibitors down at each of the spores. There's 6 in total, so put those 6 inhibitors. Now when you put these inhibitors down, it will cause zombies to spawn around the area near the zombie eggs. And if you were to keep shooting the spores, you'd finish the contract and it would be as simple as that. But you can trick the game to spawn unlimited zombies. Basically you want to put all these inhibitors down, and then what I'd recommend doing is picking them back all up again. So put all 6 down, then pick them up, and what that's going to do is it's going to cause the zombies to still spawn in, and they'll keep spawning in unlimited amounts throughout the whole match, which is fantastic because it gives you unlimited zombies, unlimited weapon XP. But if you keep the inhibitors down, the thing is that if you accidentally shoot it, or if you cause damage, or even unfortunately other people can come along and shoot the spores, then that will cause them to be destroyed, and if you have all of them destroyed, the contract will finish, and you don't want that. So to avoid ending the contract, I would recommend literally just picking them back all up, because that zombie spawning will stay locked in, so they'll keep spawning even though you haven't got the inhibitors there, and you literally just want to keep staying around the area and kill the zombies. It's really easy and really simple. I would recommend doing it in a match on your own, so turn squad full off, otherwise teammates might come along and try and help you. They might think they're being useful, trying to help you do the contract when actually they're being a hindrance because they're shooting the spores, and then it stops you from doing it. I've had that with other random players, so do turn squad full off, I would recommend. If you are in a game with other teammates or other random friendlies are trying to come along and help, just pick up all the inhibitors so they can't put any down, and then you should be fine, so they can't progress the contract. So basically just keep doing that throughout the whole match. Use your gun, use any lethal equipment, any kill streaks, and your field upgrade, as that will all count for weapon XP. And using, gun lethals, all that stuff will charge up your field upgrade, which you can then throw down again, that energy mine, which will then get you zombie kills and XP. And like I said, this all counts towards weapon XP, so it's fantastic. Now I would recommend avoiding the nuke power-ups, as this will wipe out a lot of the zombies without getting weapon XP, and I would make more use of other useful power-ups such as insta-kill, as you can quickly mow down all the zombies in the area and save yourself lots of bullets and time. So that's the first thing I'd recommend. But the thing is, that is actually limited, so there's a cap of about 7 weapon levels, or I think about 14 weapon levels with double weapon XP. After that point, which is about 700 or 750 zombie kills, after that point there'll be a cap and the XP earn rate will go dramatically down. And so what you want to then do is you can either finish the game, or I would recommend going on to another method, or you can even swap to your other weapon. So I did say bring 2 weapons in, and that's because the cap seems to only apply to to that weapon in particular. So if you swap to your other weapon, you can then keep getting weapon XP, and it should be just as fast as it was for the first weapon. After the first 750 zombie kills with that contract, swap to the other weapon or do something else, and that will avoid the cap. Now, once you've either swapped to your other weapon, or if you want to avoid that altogether and go on something else with just one weapon, don't worry, because I've got a few other methods for you guys. The first thing you can do is contract farming. So basically what will happen is that each time you do a contract, you'll get about 1 weapon level, which doesn't sound a lot, but you can get through contracts really quickly. So you can farm a few easy contracts. I would recommend doing ones like raid weapon stash, cargo delivery, and bounty contract. For the raid weapon stash, literally just go in, start the contract, stay in there for a little while. If it's the lower tier zone, it should be fairly easy. If it's one of the higher tier zones, it might get a little bit more difficult, so you might have to pop out every now and then. For the cargo delivery, literally just go to the garage, get in the car, drive it to the destination, and avoid running over zombies, as that will do damage to the car. Avoid the bullets from the helicopter that's trying to shoot you, and you should be good to go. And then for the bounty contract, you can lure the HVT a little bit away from where they spawned, and after a while there'll be an invisible barrier and they kind of just have to turn around and go back again. But at that point, make sure you very quickly tail them and lure them again, because otherwise what will happen is they'll go back to where they spawned, and the game is being patched so that the HVT will heal themselves a lot faster. So don't let them do that, just you can quickly bring them to the edge, and that's a great way to do it. But what I'd recommend basically is just keep doing those contracts as quickly as possible. You should get one every few minutes, which is fantastic, and that should give you bonus weapon levels on top of that unlimited zombies grind you did with the spore control contract. You could also do other spore control contracts if you want, it's up to you. The next weapon XP method in zombies, which is great, is exfils. Now, these used to be fantastic when the game came out. Everyone was using exfils and farming them to get loads of weapon XP. Unfortunately, they then got patched and there was a lot less zombies around in the exfils. You didn't get a lot of weapon XP, but thankfully they have been improved a little bit since season 1. So you can either do this on its own, or you can do this after you've done the other contracts and you kind of just want to finish the game. But whenever you want to, head to the nearest exfil. It should be relatively free of friendlies because, you know, it's not too popular at the moment. But like I said, there's a fair amount of zombies still there, and hopefully you'll see from my gameplay there was a ton of zombies when I was doing it. Obviously, the later you are in the game, the more zombies there'll be, so leave it a little while, do something else first, I'd recommend, and then go to the exfil point. There's quite a few zombies there, and the other thing is there's a few bosses as well, which has been added since season 1. Basically, there's like normally a few manglers which you can kill, more zombies, and you know, still a decent amount of XP. Now, this weapon cap seems to be different from the one where you were getting unlimited zombie kills with the contract. They might have changed that, but that's what it was before, so you should still be able to level up your original weapon even if the cap has been reached for that spore control contract. This should be a different cap for the exfils, but if you find it's not progressing, then just don't worry about it. You can either swap to your other weapon or just leave the match and restart again. And again, with exfils, make sure you're using your gun, lethals, kill streaks, and your energy minefield upgrade. All of that will count towards weapon XP. The other thing is that even though we've got more zombies and we've got bosses at the exfils, they're still not as busy as they used to be during the peak when everyone was using them. But I believe around about season 1 Reloaded, Treyarch are going to increase exfils again, so there's going to be more zombies, and also the final exfil is going to be absolutely jam-packed with zombies and bosses as far as we've been told. So basically, exfils are going to become even more useful again later on in season 1, but now they are still pretty good, so it's worth doing for at least a couple of weapon levels, if nothing else. So definitely worth using them when you can. And the final main weapon XP method in zombies right now involves the extraction mission. Now, if you guys aren't aware, in Act 1 Tier 7, that extraction mission in zombies is really useful because you can set it up in a certain way to get kind of unlimited weapon XP, almost AFK unlimited weapon XP for quite a while, which is great. And also, if you've already completed this extraction mission, you can go back and complete it again, which is great. If you haven't got to Tier 7 yet, then you'll need to do the missions before that, but it shouldn't take too long and you'll get lots of XP along the way. Once you get to that mission, basically what you want to do is select that mission, load in, spawn into one of the zombies, and wait for the special exfil. It's like an exfil with like a little star symbol. When it spawns up, it will take a few minutes into the game to show up on the map. When it spawns, go to that area, call in the helicopter. It'll be like an all exfil, except there's not really any zombies there. The helicopter will then land, you need to get in, and it will bring you to Dr. Jansen's location. Now, when you spawn into this area, you want to pick up lots of deadbolt turret ammo mod circuit boards, and I'll show you where a few of these are. So basically what you want to do is run around the edge of the map to skip some of the mission. It will bring you further on in the mission. You don't have to do all the annoying bits, which is good. You want to head to the office with Dr. Jansen. I'll show you where that is. And when you get there, basically there's going to be a few different ammo mod circuit boards. So there's going to be one opposite her office. There's going to be a couple upstairs when you escort her to the rooftop, to the helipad, and there'll be a few other ones along the way as well. I'll show you where a few of these are. And there's also a circuit board in Dr. Jansen's office too when she opens the door. You should easily be able to get 6 to 8 circuit boards in this area. It shouldn't take too long to find. They're either on like tables or surfaces, or they'll be in loot boxes. So head to her office. You then need to escort her up to the helipad, but you don't have to go with her. You can go a different way. I like to go up the ladder to the side, but it's up to you how you get there. Then escort her up to the helipad, and what you want to do is load the ammo mod circuit boards into the deadbolt turret. Now each circuit board will buy you 2 minutes of time of use of the deadbolt turret, and it is automatic, so it will automatically kill all zombies that it can see. It insta kills the zombies really fast, and like I say, all of that XP goes towards your weapon, which is fantastic. You could go AFK, but sometimes the zombies will throw chunks at you. What I would actually recommend doing to more efficiently get kills is basically run around the helipad, as that will attract more and more zombies to jump up onto the helipad from the area below where they're spawning. So they'll keep jumping up onto the helipad, the deadbolt turret will see them, it will instantly kill them, and it will keep spinning round and round and killing all the zombies it will see. So just keep going on the helipad, attract the zombies, and before you know it, you'll have tons of zombies that have been killed, and you will get a ton of weapon XP, about a level a minute for your weapon. It does take a little bit of setup, so it's a little bit annoying in that sense, but it shouldn't take too long, so it's still a great and viable method. Now basically, when you've escorted Dr. Jansen up to the helipad, don't get into the helicopter and just use that deadbolt turret until you have used all your circuit boards. After that point, you'll then want to get into the helicopter and finish the mission, but don't get in there early, otherwise it will finish and you won't be able to do what you set out to. But those are 4 fantastic easy methods to level up your weapons incredibly fast in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies for Season 1. If you found this useful, be sure to drop a like on the video and check out my other Modern Warfare 3 guides. I've got Warzone videos, camo guides, zombies guides, and Battle Pass token guide as well to help you with all the different grinds you've got in the game. I've got other new Warzone weapon XP methods coming soon, so if you want to stay tuned for those, then be sure to subscribe. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.